about oils, right? Actually, I almost fried my hands before.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What's going on here? Hello everyone, my name is Jason and today I will be your host for this podcast, Jason and a Chatterbox, JAAC, a podcast where I learn about things in life from discussion with my friends and also improve myself to be a better conversationalist. So yeah, in this very first episode, actually, I'm also joined by two of my amazing friends and just please welcome them, Priscilla and Kezia.
Hello.
Hello guys, thank you for joining me in this episode.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
How are you guys doing these days? Any things occupy you these days? Anything you learned recently?
Anything I learned that we shouldn't go out.
Yes,
Because
that's
if you go
important.
out, you might be exposed to COVID-19 and the government might ask you to do swab test, and the swab test is not nice, pleasant things to do.
Take note that people. How about
Yep.
Kezia? Anything interesting these
cabin-
days?
Cabin fever is real,
Hmm.
and yeah, as much as you don't go out, please stay sane inside by doing what you love.
Oh, my boss said that only boring people feel bored.
Wait, am I boring people then? Well, anyway, yeah. So yeah, before we move on, then it's like I think it's better for the listener and the viewers to know more about you guys. So please introduce yourself, Kezia or Priscilla. You can start.
Okay, I will start first. Hi, I'm Kezia, and currently I'm working as a UX researcher in a travel startup in Singapore.
Oh, nice.
And it is a podcast about cooking. So my specialty is Indonesian food.
Oh, fancy. How about Priscilla? Or anything to add, Kezia? Like something interesting? Nothing? Okay. Go on.
I'm Priscilla. I am currently working as a consultant, management consultant, business consultant, those kind of things. I like to cook, and I'm learning to bake as well recently. So I don't have a specialty per se. I think I just cook or bake whatever I feel like doing, or I feel like having, or
That's
my
true.
craving. Yeah. So yeah, that's all.
So yeah, so I believe now the listener already got what are we going to talk about. So today we will talk about cooking, which is possibly one of the most ancient practice that human ever found, maybe, because they need this for survival. But however, with the current advancement with humanity, right, I believe one even can survive without ever going to the kitchen actually. So so to learn more about cooking, I managed to invite these two amazing person. And then yeah, actually, how do you guys start or getting into cooking actually? Anything in particular that intrigued you, like your parents taught you or something about it?
So is this talking about interest, or is it talking about the
How
first?
do we start?
How did we start?
Yeah, like anything that particularly start your interest in cooking, or what is the first memory that you have about cooking?
First memory I had about cooking was helping my mom and make meatballs. I got home when I was a few years old, and yeah, my family is so into home cooking, and if you can cook and you can make your own recipe, it's seen as something that is special because you can't get that food anywhere else. So that's why I think that was I wasn't interested in cooking very much, but because of lockdown, we had so much free time last year.
Okay.
And that's how I started cooking crazily like a crazy person.
Actually, that's very true. Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
For me, it's slightly different. So, like for her mom let her help. My mom didn't really let me help in the kitchen. And I think growing up, my household hold also like perceive home cooked food as something essential, I guess, or like something special. So I think we have like similar backgrounds where like home cooked food is important or like is essential in our life. Like we grow up eating home cooked food a lot, and our parents cook a lot. Our mom especially.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But for me, I think it started when I was chosen to join to represent my class in high school
What?
to like
Why is
to
this
a
what?
cooking competition. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What?
So this is like the Indonesian
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Right, yeah. We have those like weird like competitions, right? Like
Cooking
cooking
competition,
keropok
is
lah,
it?
whatever lah. And yeah, so there's like no. Wait, is it Independence Day or is it Kartini's Day? Yeah, basically one of those national days lah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, those heroic days. There's like one cooking
Heroic
competition,
days.
and then yeah, yeah, heroic. Yeah, there's one competition that we need to join as a class, and then we decide to like choose like some girls that like looks maybe like can cook or something.
Can
So
cook.
yeah, yeah. So that's where I started to ask my mom how to cook things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And from that onwards, I think I started to like maybe just like aga-aga or like
Agak-agak.
roughly, yeah,
Yes.
roughly like imagine if like home cooked dish will be, what would like, how would you do that or how would you cook it? Yeah. So that's where I started. Yeah, because of that arrow that was like pointed at me to join the cooking competition. I got arrows by my class. Yeah. Yeah. So from there, I think.
So
But
that
growing up,
sparks.
I didn't help.
So
I
that
didn't help.
sparks your interest on cooking, like that particular competition for you.
Yeah, because I think it's interesting and the food tastes nice at the end. So I think that's how it started.
Okay, that's cool. But the thing is about cooking, right? It can be a little daunting to some person. For example, the use of fire, the use of knife. Are you not afraid of this? Because personally, right, back in my old house, there is a stove that you need to lit with like the lighter. But the thing is that we don't have like the gun, like the lighter gun. So last time my mate used just use the matches, and it's like, what do you matches as is the is this? Yeah. So
You're living in 2020, eh?
yeah, but back then there's no like the one with built-in sparks. Yeah, so that's hinder me actually from coming to the cooking scene. Actually, how about you guys?
Actually, I'm surprised that that match lighting a stove with matchstick is not in Fear Factor.
Okay. Talk about like starting the stove with like a matchsticks Then yes, it is like very
Right.
scary. Of course, yeah, of course.
Exactly right. It's very terrifying experience, especially like a new cook or new beginner cook. But then, like actually about knife, when the first time you handle knife by yourself, can you remember?
Primary school?
Wow.
I think for knife, it's primary, if not junior high school, because I need to peel fruit and my family challenges me to peel fruit. So my first knife usage is to peel fruit. Before that, I wasn't allowed to grab a knife because I'm a very clumsy person.
I think another cooking competition I joined in primary 6. Wow. I need to chop the garlics.
So when are you joining the next one?
The Master Chef Singapore.
Exactly right.
Indonesian Singapore.
You seems to have an established track record of competition. So
yeah. No lah. That one is just like once in a few years. Yeah.
Sure. Anything particularly you have funny encounter with cooking? Like the first time you cook a recipe or anything?
I think I have one funny story about me versus oil.
Oh.
So I've always had this irrational fear of oil. So if anyone is frying something, I will stand like 3 meters far away from where the
shit as well, maybe. I don't know.
Exactly. So last time, right? Me and my cousin. So in Indonesia, we ride motorbike a lot, right? Then we have motorbike helmet. And then
you fry with motorbike helmet.
What? Seriously?
Okay, I have this idea of hot oil. I don't like hot oil because I think it's painful when it gets it gets to your arm.
I mean that's true.
Yes. Yeah, for kids it can be a traumatic situation.
Yes.
Then last time, right? Like I just used those motorbike helmet and we went for ice skating, and ice skating there's these gloves, and I
Oh
used
my god.
and I used long sleeve to fry a freaking egg. But
It's egg.
and in my head, okay, egg has water, so the oil will
True.
splash everywhere. But then the thing
Egg have water.
yeah, I mean, like
It's
this
a liquid, right?
irrational fear. Like
Okay.
egg is wet, watery, right?
Yes.
Water is
Yeah.
watery. So then, yeah, I thought it will splash everywhere, and then I just use that. But the funniest one actually, my cousin. So she does the same thing.
What?
She does the same thing, and she's even more extreme than me. So
Okay.
she used motorcycle helmet, and she used the gloves, and she used the long sleeve, and she used like skin
Poncho.
like jacket. And
Like
then when
a
she
full-
was about to fry the egg, right? Her dad came home and like, which one are you going for?
Yeah, this kind of things, right, that makes people fear of cooking. So that's why, like,
Yeah, but
like-
there's a valid fear. Everyone has the fear of hot oil, and
That's
everyone
true, that's
doesn't
true.
like hot oil splashing to them.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I don't know like any funny stories on my side. I think just some failures like too salty or too sweet or some like no taste or something. But talking about oils, right? Actually, I almost fried my hands before.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
I don't know whether this story will make people like scared of cooking even more or what, but
Oh my god.
yeah. So the story is that we are like making the martabak
Yes.
telur,
Mm-hmm.
or like in Singapore we call it like murtabak.
Yes, I may
Yeah,
put a
but-
picture maybe. Yeah, go on,
Yeah.
Priscilla.
Yeah, so like we try to make that, but the mini pieces. So we use like wonton skin or like dumpling
Yes.
skin.
All right.
Yeah. I think you were there. I think one of
Am
you
I?
were there. Yeah. So we make it in our friend's house in the US or something during
Oh.
our
Okay.
Yeah. So because it's small, right? It's like this big only, like these small pieces.
Mm-hmm.
It's like like half of our palm size. So when we need to put it in the oil, we need to put it one by one.
True.
And then we need to slide it in. We cannot throw it. because
Correct.
it's
Correct. Yes.
everywhere, right?
Otherwise, it's splash everywhere.
Yeah, so that's the basic cooking 101, right? You cannot throw your food into the like hot oil.
Hot oil.
Yes, you should not. You should slide it like
Correct.
nicely, right? So when sliding it, I try to slide it right and try to let it go when it touched the oil. But however, I don't know, like I didn't feel anything on my hand.
Huh?
My hand went through in the oil.
Oh wow!
Wow. Wow.
For a moment, I didn't feel anything. I just like, and then after that, I feel like, hey, why suddenly my hands so wet? Then I realized that half of my fingers are inside the oil.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah,
Half
then
of
after
fingers.
that, I took it off and I just wash it, rinse it with cold water. My hands are working now. All my fingers are working fine.
Do you experience any burn or anything back then? No, right?
I think I burned myself quite a few times during cooking process, but I couldn't remember it being like memorable. So I don't think it's like very painful or anything. I think there is like you can feel the heat after like you rinse it with ice water, but that's all. I mean, like it's not something memorable, like painful or like memorable or what. Yeah.
Oh, I think this is our collective. Oh, there is a story, right? I think there is a separate
Okay.
funny story, right? But we have a combined one actually.
Or is it?
Our history.
Pineapple.
No, our history with oyster sauce.
Exactly. I also want to mention that actually.
Yes, and cutting pineapples as well.
And cutting pineapple.
Yes.
I can't remember the cutting pineapple part, but
No,
I definitely remember the oyster.
Yeah. But yeah, let's go ahead with the oyster sauce story.
Yeah.
I think they will tell a better story than mine. Go ahead. Oh my god, the oyster sauce is just memorable.
It was Chinese New Year.
2015.
Yes, we were doing a stay over, right?
Yeah, we were doing time with friends, seniors, apartment unit, and because everywhere is closed, we decided to buy ingredients and cook our own breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yes.
And then
That's right.
Like in 2015, we were still a noob cook. We don't cook
I
as
can testify to that. That is very true, actually.
Yes. So any beginner cooks out there, your first cook will be horrible and you will rely on oysters. You will get better. So the thing is, so what happened back then is that we had a lot of ingredients and after one day of cooking, we ran out of idea on what to cook. And at that point of time, I think we didn't have like YouTuber or like these chefs that
That's
teach us
true,
how to
actually.
cook.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, then what happens?
Then basically we start to like, oh yeah, how should we cook this like veggies? Just put oyster sauce. How should we cook this? And just put oyster sauce. So end up we having like 3 or 4 dishes with oyster sauce.
I think if my
Yes.
I think if my memory serves me correct, I think there is a sausage with oyster sauce. But
Yes.
is it? I think so, right? Oh my god.
Yes, like chicken, sausage, and the veggies. And then like I think we didn't know that oyster sauce was salty as well. So we put like soy sauce and salt as well inside. So
Oh, no.
yeah. And then like we also didn't know that like salty is something that is not
Universal, is it?
subjective. Yes, it's
Yeah.
subjective. It's very subjective. So there is like a fight as well in the kitchen because
That's
the
very true, yeah.
Yes, like some people say that it's too salty. Some people say it's like tasteless. So we end up having like some tasteless food and some very salty.
Yeah, exactly.
To balance it.
Yeah, I think there's one day that is very salty and the next day is just bland. Like no taste at all, I believe.
Thank you to our friends that actually the food was finished, but I didn't know why we finished the food.
Yes.
It was horrible.
I think we are just hungry.
It in us that you guys still want to eat our food
Yeah.
nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah. So that oyster sauce is just like very memorable to me. I just about to mention it, then it's like, what a coincidence. So yeah, like actually, I think who is it? Kezia, I think. KK
Yeah.
actually mentioned their preference of cooking is actually Indonesian food, right?
Mm.
Have you ever tried to explore any other kind of foods, perhaps?
To be honest, I am interested in like the TikTok recipes and Italy
Okay.
recently.
Feta cheese.
Yeah, exactly.
I did feta cheese.
Yeah, you did the feta cheese. Oh yeah, you did the feta cheese one. Yeah. So I think TikTok recipe is so interesting and so easy to make, and it's actually
That's true.
It
so
looks tasty.
It looks tasty, but whether it's actually is or not, I don't know. We need to try. Yeah, but for like busy, like full-time people with full-time job, I think you guys can relate. You guys don't have time to cook. Then I think TikTok recipes is like very easy to make if you have the utensils. So that's why I'm interested to try. And secondly, Italian food because it looks
Italian.
like, let's say like pesto chicken or like rosemary chicken. Oh no, like this is like, I don't know if it's Italian or not. Basically like these herbs
like
and and even like steaks. Actually, steaks is very easy to make and it's tasty.
is
So,
it?
Yeah. Actually, steak you just
Western food.
Western food is easy to make because the key to Indonesian food is the spices because the ingredients are not of quality. But
Yeah.
for Western food, why do you need good quality ingredients? Is because it is good by itself. So you
that's
can
right.
just cook it, and then the meat, the texture and the meat fat will just season itself, and then you can just eat it, and it's still good. So that's the difference between Western and Asian cooking. Yeah. So that's why I'm keen to try like the Western cooking now because it's very simple. And now, because of my current job, I don't think I can cook such complex food and with a lot of components like Indonesian food.
That's true. Indonesian food is notoriously very difficult, actually. A lot of spices, a lot of herbs. Then, and then you can't just buy like a pinch of it. Like, this is the challenging part. Then it's like, okay, let's say, now I have like 500 grams of candle nut. Then what do I use it for? Like
Exactly.
Yes.
like why do I have so much candle nut? Like, what should I make then?
Yeah.
Her buah keluak is like endless.
Yeah.
Like until
Yeah.
have I think.
Yeah, until now, I think I still can cook rawon with it. Yeah. Oh, just now Priscilla also said about Japanese food. Japanese food is a very simple and delicious dish to make as well. Yeah, it is.
Not all is simple.
Not
but
all.
Not all is simple, but those. Yeah. I mean, like udon or like.
The boiled kind, right? Like
you
boiled,
just
parboiled, yes.
simmer. Yeah. So I would recommend that.
Yeah, that's actually a very good start. But if you think of Japanese food, it's like all the golden color, all that. What's the term called? I forgot the name. What's the thing? What's the fried food? The Japanese fried food name? Tempura, right? Oh my god, tempura is very nice, but deep frying is just a big no, like for beginner or let's say. Even for a seasoned cook, right? Oh my god, deep frying is so tiring. There's so much oil And then
Yeah.
what are you going to use with the oil, right?
Yeah.
How about Priscilla? Anything? I heard that you are into baking, right? Do you think baking is a sub branch of cooking actually? How do you feel?
It is kind of, but not really. So the techniques in baking is very different compared to cooking because I do both, right? Cooking is more like different. Basically, they are similar. They're making food, but baking normally more towards like cake, bread.
Right.
Yeah, cake is sweet and desserts. Bread bread can be salty. I made some savory breads before, but the techniques are very different. And it's not like cooking where you cook, you season, and then it's done in like a bit. Baking can take a few hours to be done.
That's true. But the thing is that you can do something else, right? During that time, right?
Depends on how insecure you are with your baking.
Insecurity.
Yeah, so when I prove my bread, I couldn't really like let it go because I need to like watch it for like check it every now and then. So I mean like you can do other things like small things, but you can't like go for meetings in the between. You might burn your cookies. It happened to me before. Yeah.
So she became a security guard when she's baking.
Yeah. I'll check it for a few times. But to answer your questions, yeah, it's very different. It's two different worlds. Still prefer cooking. Still recommend cooking more for
is
daily
it?
wise.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah, but for someone who can't have the feeling on the ingredients or like the seasoning that you should put, I think baking will be much safer because baking you just need to follow the exact recipe and
Right.
it will be fine and it's good. But for cooking, sometimes you follow the exact recipe and it turns out meh.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Actually,
there's like in cooking, there's like a strong component of feelings there. Yeah, where you need to like, I don't think this recipe is right. Just put more or like put less.
there is so many ways for cooking to go wrong, right? Actually, what do you think?
Yes, but I think technical wise, baking can go wrong even more
Oh, is it?
rather than cooking. I mean, like cooking, the worst thing that you did is like if you cook just like home cooked dishes or simple dishes, right? The worst thing that will happen is either like you undercook, you over season, or you burn your food.
That's true.
But for baking,
Yeah.
you can split your whipped cream. You can those techniques are not easy, or like you can over mix, under mix. There's a lot of things could go wrong in baking. Like it's worse, I think.
So the question that is specifically just for you, right? Cooking or baking? If you can do only one thing for the rest of your life, cooking or baking?
Cooking. It will
Cooking.
give you food. I couldn't eat cake every day.
You can eat bread. Bread's still part of baking, right?
True. But cooking.
Oh, so why? Like, are there any specific reason? Because it's more enjoyment you get from cooking or anything?
The variety of cuisine that you can do is more, for sure.
That's
Yeah, with the same technique. Yeah, with the same technique, you can do more things. But for bread, you can just eat bread, dough, carbs.
It's just bread. It's just bread, and that's it, right?
Yes, I mean like you can make pastries and everything else, but it will just like that, just like one kind of like similar types. But for cooking, you can make a lot of different things like noodles, rice, soup.
Yeah. So now comes to like the choosing one thing for you. So in cooking, there's many tools, many utensils, pot, pan, cutting board, knife, and there's plenty other items. So which one that you will choose? Let's say you will definitely need this eventually. What tool will it be?
Is it for beginner or is it a versatile tool?
It's only for you, like for your personal preference. If you only can choose one thing for cook, what? Maybe I can give an example, just a hypothetical one. Maybe I need to I need to have a spoon. Why? Oh, I mean I can just fry with a spoon and just whip with a spoon or the cut with a spoon. I don't know. Anything that come into mind, any particular tool actually.
Yeah, to be honest, I have been thinking about one tool.
Why is it?
Question. Actually, it's a tong.
Oh, a tong?
Tong.
Yeah.
Like okay.
Yeah, a tong. Because it is versatile. Like you can't cook food without tong. Like you can't cook food and pick hot stuff with your hand, right? So you need something, right?
Unless you are Priscilla, you can.
No, don't do that. Don't do that at home.
Oh no? Okay.
Okay. Don't do that if you don't have her hands. Her hand is oil proof, heat proof, and fry proof.
So tongs. Okay, that's actually a very good one actually.
Yes,
So you need.
you can fry your veggies with tongs and still pick it up.
Yeah.
You can pick up your deep fried food, your soup items as well. Yeah.
So a bit hard lah.
I mean, like the items, the things inside the soup.
Yeah, you can pick your pasta as well.
Yes.
So it's quite versatile. How about Priscilla? Anything? Anything in line?
Saucepan.
What thing?
Saucepan.
Oh, saucepan.
Yeah.
Are you-
So saucepan are like a small pot with like one handle. That
Yeah.
kind of.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That one is versatile because let's say you don't have like wok or you don't have any non-stick pan or any pans, you can still deep fry stuff with saucepan, and you can boil stuff with that pan. You can make sauce. You can make your instant noodles with that pan.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think especially for like survival living, where you eat a lot of cup noodles and instant noodles,
Yeah.
saucepan is very important. I think when I went to uni, the first thing that I bought is saucepan. Yeah.
So you guys hear it first. So if you need to buy utensils, just buy saucepan and tongs. Then whatever the time, you can definitely cook noodle. Don't just buy spoon, okay? Buy saucepan and tongs, and then you can cook noodle and then boil anything, dumpling and whatever. That's
Yeah,
actually
you
a very good answer.
Yeah, you can deep fry stuff as well because you can
Right.
cook inside it. Yeah.
I think if there is no tong, right, you can just use chopsticks. Basically something.
Yes, the Asian solution.
Yeah, something to
Chopstick,
kiap.
yeah, something to kiap your food. Kiap is Singaporean English
To
for
pick. Basically, yes. It's basically like a giant.
I don't know how to say it. I know it's kiap to kiap the food.
to kiap the food.
To clamp the food, basically. To
Yeah,
basically
yeah,
pick it up. Yes.
correct.
Basically, it's just a giant twister, lah, basically, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, like with all of this, then for the beginner cookers that might be listening or they intend to start cooking, are there particular technique that they should learn? I don't know. Maybe cutting with knife or anything that you suggest for
I think
beginner cooker?
when you chop your garlic chopping, you need to smash the garlic first. Don't try to chop it and then don't try to peel it. Just smash it. Then the skin will be like open. And then you can like chop it nicely and like easily, easier. And don't throw your food into your hot oil. And watch your hot oil, because I think my friends but like left the hot oil on the stove for 2 hours.
Yes.
Like, it started fire.
Oh wow.
You know the story, yeah?
I think I've heard about that. Hot oil is a little dangerous, actually.
So working with hot oils is something that beginners cook
Should
need to pay more attention.
maybe beginners cook should do hot oil or cooking fry cooking later when they a little braver or bolder, I believe.
Yeah, but the garlic smashing thing, I don't think like a lot of people know it as well. Yeah.
Garlic, yeah. I
Garlic
remember.
peeling is a good tip, by the way. Like that, garlic peeling can take a lot of time.
Oh my god! Last time
So
I bought
smash
one
it.
packet, right? I bought one packet, then just like, that one I think is during Sunday afternoon. I have so much time, and then it's like, okay, I just peel it one by one. Then I think I spent like 3 hours.
What did you do on the weekend?
Peel garlic. I'm peeling garlic. Where are you? Oh, I'm actually going trekking this route. What are you doing? I'm just peeling garlic. Like 250 grams of garlic.
No, smash your garlic.
Yeah.
Smash your garlic.
Or buy a garlic chopper. There's a lot of chopper out there.
Yeah. Sounds like you are going to exercise a vampire or something.
How about Kikis?
Huh?
Any advice?
Me,
Any
I
advice?
think the first skill is fire control.
Oh, fire control.
Fire
Become the
control.
firebender.
And yeah, so when you need to, when you turn on the stove and you hit the pan, don't put the fire at the max first. If you can't do heat control because your pan will overheat and you don't want that, and the oil will overheat also and you don't want that. So heat control, like Priscilla already said, is very important. So how do you know where to lower down the fire, like making into medium, making it a little bit stronger is kind of important. But to start, just start with low fire first. Your cooking will be damn long, but after that you will improve along the way, like when you can improve the fire and when and how to cook faster, easier, and safer.
Yes, definitely start with low fire because you don't want the pan to be overheated and then everything will be over, like the outer part it will be overcooked, but the inside is not cooked.
Exactly.
That's true.
And more importantly, you don't want your house to be featured in Singapore.
Like in the headlines, right? Like we try to avoid that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So
Okay, so there is this point that actually bothers me a lot, and I already mentioned this in the introduction. So one of my friends and actually think, hey, I don't know how to cook. Why? Why would we even learn to cook? I mean, there's already food deliveries out there. So this just keeps this remarks just bothering me. Like, so should we rely on this food delivery service for food, and we just abandon the skills of cooking that is practiced from the long period ago, the ancient period? So what do you think, guys? Should everyone still need to learn how to cook? Is it still important or relevant to these days, actually? Anyone, please, anyone, feel free to answer.
I think, right, like it depends on your priority in life and what you want. Yeah, so I think to our answer will be similar. Like in this world, you can do a lot of things. And let's say, I mean, as human, we don't have time for everything, right? And you prefer to do something else. Let's say your work, or let's say you want to go into exercising or like do all those stuff. Yes, please do so. But for me personally, I do feel cooking is a very important aspect in life because I love food, and I feel that sometimes you want to recreate food that are not that you had when you were in your childhood and not available anywhere else. So that's why it's important, because I want to create that homey feeling, and also I like to host things. So when I host people, I prefer to cook myself because that's how to express
your
love.
Your love.
Yeah, it's
like TikTok video. My love language is food.
Exactly.
Your love language is food.
So, exactly. So when I cook good food for the guests and they enjoy it, I think it's somewhat an achievement in life. And let's say let's say, right, and it can create a special memory. Let's say like, oh, I remember it triggers your memory. So let's say like a few years down the road, we met those people again. And then they are like, oh my God, I remember last time we had gathering at your house and you cooked this food. So it's a conversation starter, and then it's kind of like, like your food becomes something that is embedded in their memory, and they remember that. So I think I really value that. And that's why I am into cooking, because I want to create this, maybe it's I mean, like this unforgettable moment. Of course, your cooking might not be as good quality as the restaurants, because restaurants, I appreciate all the chefs. I love eating out also, because no matter how good you are in cooking, you won't match the real chef out there.
That's very
Culinary school,
exactly. So, and I don't think I can match their skills. But the thing is, I think it's just my personal preference to cook, but I do still like to dine out and still like to eat other people's cooking, and not exclusive to myself. But I think that's just the motivation on why cooking is important for me. Yeah.
Honestly, right. As I heard what is Kezia saying, it's like, oh my God, my heart's so fuzzy. Like it's such a very wholesome answer that I didn't expect, actually. But I can't really agree like with all the points. And then I think there's a saying that you can only touch the heart from the stomach, actually, like with foods. So it's a very, very nice point that you brought up. Thank you, Kezia. How about Priscilla? Anything that you want to add or think?
I think there will be, I mean, depends on people, right? For me, I think cooking is one of survival skill. If you're stranded in
right.
an island or in a forest where you need to
Exactly,
like
right.
find your own food, right?
When
You
a
need to
zombie
learn
apocalypse happen, right? You can't cook. There's no food delivery. Then what's going on, Priscilla?
Yes, you
Please
need to
go
be
on.
able to cook, right? No lah. Not only that. I think there are times also. I'm not sure about like other people or something, but there are like stories where people go to other overseas like for a job or like for some time, and they can't find their like home cooked food or something. Then
Right.
it's very good if you can bring that back by yourself, because in that time it's also like kind of like a zombie apocalypse moment, right? There's nothing that can provide you with that kind of like food or like the cuisine that you miss or like
You
crave
desire
for.
or you
You crave
lingering
for.
for, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So being able to cook can just like fulfill all of these like cravings, desires, and it's just like more versatile as well, and it's healthier apparently, because when you cook you can control your own portions, you can control the oil, the amount of like MSG especially
Yes.
inside.
You know what's
Yeah,
going in.
yeah, you know what's going in, you know what's going out of your body as well. Um, uh, yeah, and then you can also like save money from the
Yeah.
delivery.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to pay services. Just that you might need some time to be able to like get yourself familiar with the cooking lah. That's the investment that you need to put in. But I
Yes.
think it's essential skill. I mean, like it's not like no. Essential is too strong. I think it's one of the essential skills that one might need to have in life. Try to tone it down a little bit. Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, like just learn how the basic ones, and oh yeah, for beginners, learn how to use oven.
Oven is very,
Learn how to
very
use
versatile.
oven, because oven can do magic with your food. Yeah, so
Wow.
yeah, I mean, like you don't need to learn how to deep fry. You don't need to learn all those things, right? Meal preps during the lockdown and everything. You can just use oven,
You
and it's
just bake
healthier.
everything. You
Yes.
just bake
Yeah,
everything,
you put
right?
your salmon, you put your like veggies side by side, just like season with like a little bit of olive oil, pop it in the oven, take it out, meal for 1 week done. So it's very simple. It's healthier. It saves a lot of money as well. You don't need to learn about a lot of things. It's like cooking 101 for dummies. So it's simple and healthy. Why everyone should. I mean, everyone should learn at one point of their life on to do this. At least use oven. Yeah.
See, guys, they even provide a very practical solution just now. So we even have a bucket list of shopping list now. So we have the tongs, we have the saucepan, we have the toaster oven, and chopstick, right? So you pick your hot items from the oven with tongs, right? Job done. You can survive
Yes.
cooking world actually. That's why I'm
Yeah,
not
and
wrong to
actually
bring you guys.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't even need to buy chopsticks. Just ask the hawker center. Wooden, bamboo.
Come on, but I mean,
No.
at least we need to save the earth by using reusable chopsticks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All
Yes.
right.
No, but all in all, I think cooking is I mean, like it sounds scary, but it's essential in the same time, because at one point of your life you might need this skill lah. And cooking with oven is the easiest thing, I think. Yeah.
Wing wing, please, mother-in-law. Anyway, yeah. So okay, I think we are close to the end actually. So last question actually. So what is the things that you love the most from cooking? One thing, one aspect. Can you choose? Maybe Priscilla?
One thing that I love about cooking is the feeling that I get after the food is done and everyone enjoys my food.
Oh yes.
That's true.
Yeah, sometimes cook don't eat their own food. After you cook, you just get full from the cooking smell.
Okay. We watched this Korean drama called Hospital Playlist.
Yes.
Quote that we kind of resonates with.
Yeah.
So there are 3 types of people in the world. One is a person who likes to eat by themselves. Secondly is a person who likes to eat with others. And the third type is a person who likes to see others eat well. Or like good food. So we are the third type of person. We are happy when we see other people
Enjoy our food.
enjoy our food. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, that is very true of these two girls, right? Because usually when they cook, what they do is just portion out the food and eat the last. Actually, so like, please eat. No, we eat later. Please, guys, come on, please eat. No,
Yeah.
it's okay. Yeah, so I believe it is very true what is they are saying. I can be the proof of that.
Thanks, Jet.
How
Yeah.
about
So
how about
maybe
Kezia?
we just crave for acknowledgement from people. Like,
I mean, if you put it that way,
Nice things.
if you put it that way, let's not think of that way then. Asia, anything to add on? What thing do you like
For
the
me,
most?
I think okay, like I like the most about cooking is it's quite kind of therapeutic actually. Like when
True.
you are looking at the meat from raw, then sizzling, then seasoned, then it's like, oh my goodness, like I made something, and the process is actually quite therapeutic. Like you interact
I
with
agree.
the ingredients, you
I agree with
make
that.
different textures from the ingredients. I sound like a ratatouille. I sound like ratatouille now, but it's true. Like you just it's just a therapeutic process for me lah.
True.
I can agree with that. For me, like cooking is just like a stress relief. Like, oh my
True.
god, the hecticness of life, of work life, and it's like cooking is just like you are need to focus with food. Otherwise, you might burn your food. You might
Yes,
you might cut your
exactly.
finger. So it just you focus on your food. Then once the food is done, oh, this is my food. This is a things or a creation that I made actually.
Yes.
That feeling of achievement, right?
And stress cooking is real. I did stress
Is
cooking
it?
before. I cooked for one whole village, like yeah. I just bought like 1 week kind of like ingredients or like for 2 people kind of thing. Then I just cook everything in one night. Stress cooking is real.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very therapeutic.
How long did you spend?
Stress cooking is real. Sorry?
How long did you spend for like the time? How long you spend time for cooking? How long do you
3
cook?
hours?
For 3 hours.
3 hours, yeah.
Wow.
3 hours, yeah. Not that long. It's fine.
I mean, it's fine for us, but then let's say, oh, I just a new cook. I just want to cook one recipe. Oh, it's a 3 hours recipe. Then of course.
No lah.
Please don't.
3 hours is like for 2 weeks worth of like food.
Yeah. So the portion also have something to do with it.
Yeah, you want to cook eggs very fast.
Yeah, just
buy the motorcycle helmet to cook it.
the face shield.
Yeah,
the face shield.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, I don't know if you guys realize it's been 40 minutes actually.
Oh.
Wow. So it's
Nice.
yeah, time flies, right? So now it's the closing time. So I believe some viewers or some listeners want to know or to follow you. So where do they can find you actually? Feel free to shout out your handles or cloud basically. Right?
Shameless promotion time.
Yes.
Okay, so my personal handle is Kezia, KEKEZIAJ. That's private, but I am running a side business that now is taking a break called Rasa Rumahan. You can type it here.
I'll put in the description later, guys. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, okay. So that's when I kind of sell my cooking. So that's it.
Wait for the comeback.
Yes. Wait for the upcoming open pre-order. How about Priscilla?
For me, my personal handle is Priscilla Claudia A. But that's private also. I and my sister ran like our own another Instagram for our food journey.
Influencer.
No. It's like very small and we don't really like commit into it. But if you want to know like our cooking tips and tricks or like some of the recommendation that we try and it's good or like it's not, it's a bit meh, you can follow us on I Got Food Coma.
Okay, guys, please support them in their respective business and endeavor. The Rasa Rumahan and I Got Food Coma. You can find those in Instagram and I will put the link in the description. And yeah, that's all like what we have for today. And hopefully you guys enjoy us actually me on learning about cooking, especially from these two amazing ladies. And yeah, if you want to learn more about other topics that I might come in the upcoming episode, do follow us. So we are now in Spotify, in Apple Podcasts. Apple Podcast is coming soon. I'm working on it. And then Google Podcasts. And also I'm planning to release this in a video podcast format in YouTube. So wait for it and don't forget to like and subscribe in YouTube. And see you. Bye-bye. Thank you guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you for having us. Bye. Stay safe.